You know, been sitting here a lot since I went down for surgery the first time. 3 months of just sitting here watching YouTube channels go through the motions, and some people are having fun, I can see, but a lot of people are doing things just for views, attention, stuff of that nature. And I'm a person of routine. I'm someone who comes in and expects to enjoy myself, and especially when I first got started on YouTube. That excitement is all there, and it propels you forward and makes you want to test new products and push forward with everything that you do. But I think over time, a lot of that wears off as you go. And I've uploaded over, oh God, I don't even know, 1,100 videos at this point, 1,200 videos at this point, somewhere around there. In the past 4 years, I mean, there's that's a lot of videos. And each one of them has editing, and you take the time to put all of this, effort, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of hours of editing into your content. And the reach out is so minimal on what you get back from that. Like for instance, I have almost 3 million views on my YouTube channel, and not even a 1% bracket of people that watch my channel subscribed, because for multiple reasons, obviously. Maybe they didn't like my content. Most people don't understand how YouTube works. They don't realize that to help the content creator that took the time to do things, they had to push the like button, or they had to push the, subscribe button or the notification button to help, even if they don't continue watching you, that it's still their way to give back to you. But they don't know that, and it seems like everybody has altered or changed in some kind of format now. I'm seeing a big difference on how people are acting. What's up, EBR? Sean, what's going on? I In the past 2 years of my YouTube time here, I mean, I've been at this for what, 4 years now, since I started my channel. Okay. And I have seen a lot of channels come and go. Some people like the hobby, some people lose interest in the hobby. Some people get bored with the hobby, other people can't handle the drama with the hobby. I see a lot of stuff come and go. I see a lot of fake channels come and go. I see a lot of real channels come and go. I see, it's widespread across the board. What's up, man, Brian? It's super widespread across the board. But I have noticed it's not just this community. And Brian is also here. Brian has been watching, some of the tool community stuff, and in each one of these communities, there's a group of people that sets out for negativity. Now, a lot of people say that I am a negative person. I create all this negativity, but I think the reality of it is, I don't create negativity. Okay, I create thinking. I make people think outside the box of what they're used to. My favorite thing to do is to make people think objectively outside the box. My methods might be kind of madness, but my objective is to get you to think outside the box. And I've lost the ability to do this. Hobby has gone in such a strange direction. I really don't understand what direction this hobby has actually taken. It seems to me that everybody used to have fun uploading their content. And I'm not saying, this is widespread across the entire drone platform, but in a sense, I see a lot more of it in the past 2 years of channels just doing anything they possibly can for views, and just sucking up the information and spewing it back out. And I don't know, man. It's made this hobby not fun. You know what I mean? It's put it in such a weird light that people are more worried about whether they're getting views or, money, or whether they're going to get monetized, or, you know, I remember when it was just fun, when it was just an exciting thing. You could come on, you'd share your videos. People are interested. They'd come, they'd watch your channel. They'd push the like button out of support. They would, and now in the past 2 years, it's just kind of like falling in on itself. People move on. people unsubscribe, people, whatever, they get into something totally different. I understand all that. But the community's changed. It's altered over time. There's such a weird, you know, it's like going back to school again, like being in high school again. You had your preppies, you had your nerds, you had your losers, you had your whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. You had your freaks, you had your. I mean, that's what's happened to this drone community. It's so divided, it's so split. You got your social misfits, you got your people that can't stay off YouTube, you got retired people that just do nothing but YouTube all day, and it's such a broad thing, but it's come down into this strange spectrum of people wanting nothing but monetization and focusing solely on just getting higher numbers and climbing and going, to the point where it's made me watching your content not fun anymore. I used to like people's content because I could see the enjoyment they were getting out of it. Now when I watch people, I see that they're just putting up content to put up content. You know what I mean? And I think we're all at fault for doing that. Some of us actually put up 4 videos a day or do 5 live streams a day, you know. But I'll talk to some of these people. Yule, what's going on, man? Sagan 98 Trucks, what's up, bro? I'm very happy with the YouTube and drone community. Now I see the truth about the dudes who act like, yeah, Scrubby and friends. I completely agree. It's all about who's doing, and that's the thing, man. Is that it really has gotten down to that. Who is the most professional? And I don't think that's what this hobby's about. It's not about who's the most professional. It's about sharing knowledge across the board. It's about being knowledgeable and sharing that knowledge with everybody else. It's not about who can, smime up to the biggest manufacturers, who can get the free drones, who can, you know what I'm saying? It's not about that stuff, man. It's about sharing your information with the world, learning something new every day, creating a community of awesome people, following the rules, trying to do your best to be a legal pilot. I mean, these are things that people have lost. It's gone. I don't see it like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Fly for fun. It's enjoyable. You don't have to put up a YouTube video. Go out, take your drones and just fly. Take all the stress off yourself. Go out, take your drone and just go for a flight. Remember what it was like to have an enjoyable experience behind the sticks without having to worry about, is somebody going to enjoy this footage? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody else is going to enjoy the footage. It matters whether you're going to enjoy the footage, what you take from it, what you take from your flight, your hobby, your time here spent with everybody, or in your personal time enjoying the hobby. If it's not fun, don't do it anymore. I came on here tonight to, tell you what my thoughts are really on the hobby. And now I find myself more turning towards, am I still enjoying myself here? Is this still a fun thing for me? I'm asking myself these questions. I've spent so much time trying to keep channels in line and trying to make people, be honest and transparent. And, I tried to play the role of vigilante and try to, get these people to commit. But in all honesty, all I've done is waste my time by doing that and made myself, and then more of a negative person for trying and stressing out over, all these things. Am I still a rebel? Hell yeah, I'm still a rebel. I'm still a rebel, right? I'm always going to be a rebel. I'd like to go against the grain. I'm not somebody who likes to follow the grain. I love to rub the grain the wrong way, but at the same time, I do it for the right reasons. I do it to create discussion. I do it to, get people talking. I do everything I do for a reason, and I get it. A lot of people don't understand about me, but I find myself questioning, am I still happy with this hobby? Is this something I still want to continue putting my time and effort into? You know, um, I'm not. I'm stagnant right now. I don't have the money to buy new products. I don't. there's just so much holding me back from moving forward that it's actually creating more of a stressful environment by not being able to do the things I want to do for the wrong reasons, if that makes any sense. You know, attached to all of that, right? Attached to all of that, factor in that drone technology has become toaster technology at this point. People don't care anymore. It's not like 2013 or 14 when drones first hit the market. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever." They've become cell phone toaster technology. People aren't impressed with cell phones anymore. They're just not. It was the hottest item for the past 10 years was cell phones. Runner up to that was TVs. Runner up to that was drones. You know, but it's become toaster technology. Every drone coming out looks the same, has the same features, barely any differences. It's toaster technology now. Like there's nowhere to go from here unless they come up with some new, amazing, incredible thing. The next big thing. What's up, Gabe? So, and Brian, it's not even about. I don't question whether people care whether I'm real or not anymore. Okay, I'm always going to be 100% honest, blunt, brash, and in your face. That's how I roll. That's how I function. That's my mind frame. That's my mindset. You know what I mean? I'm not here to call out channels anymore. I'm not here to say, this guy sucks or this guy sucks. I'm done with all that because honestly, you can find out for yourself. Just watch the way they do things. Pay attention to who they are as a person. Ask them personal questions. Send them a message. See what they say. How helpful were they? Ask them, hard questions. Find out if they're knowledgeable. And if they're not, did they give you the correct information? These are the things that you can do to, find out if who you're watching is somebody that you want to continue watching. But at the same time, guys, all of us are here for different reasons. Some of you are here to fly. Some of you are here just to have fun. Some of you are here for the entertainment value. Some of you are here to grow a large YouTube channel. Some of you are here to be professionals. Some of you are here just to get free products. There is a range of reasons why people are in this hobby. What I can't fathom or don't understand is how this community has gone so far off basis. It used to be an exciting thing. Okay. And I keep coming back to this because I'm being serious. It used to be a fun thing. I used to really enjoy watching people's content, you know, but I see that it has changed. It has altered over time. People are doing things now for the numbers and trying to be the professional aspect instead of just having fun. If you're a hobbyist, you're a hobbyist. If you're professional, you're professional. If that's what you're aiming for, go for it. But as somebody who likes this hobby, I'm here for the entertainment value. And that's how I perceive things. I try to see it as entertaining as possible. Most of the professional channels don't entertain me because it's a lot of talk and spewing and really professional editing and spending thousands of dollars on lighting and cameras and all that good stuff. And really, I just want to see something entertaining. I could really care less about all the money that you're spending on your channel. Um, it really, if that's what it takes for you to think that you can be a professional, then by all means, chase that. But I think I'm not here to really watch that kind of stuff. I'm here for the entertainment adventure value out of this. But once again, I digress. I'm off topic again because originally I said, am I still having fun? This is about me and my thoughts about the hobby. So is this still an exciting, fun thing for me to do? I don't know. I'm questioning that now. I used to really enjoy editing videos and putting up content and taking the time to tell an adventure to people and choose the right music, spend hours and hours just finding the right music that I know is flowing and makes sense to what I'm looking at. But, as time has progressively gone on, after almost 1,200 uploads, I'm exhausted, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. You don't receive the same contact from people like you used to. People are becoming oblivious to the fact of how much time and effort it takes to put into content creation. Everybody just stops and they're like, good video, bro. I'm not saying all of you, I do have supporters and I know that you guys are out there and you're good people and you're here right now. A lot of you are here right now, but I'm saying that the majority of the people that do watch the views, they can hear you. They'll sit there. There'll be 28 people watching your live stream. They'll say, hey, don't forget to smash the like button. The supportive ones do. What? Out of 28 people, 11 people do it. The rest of them are just there for the entertainment value. Is that what I can expect from this platform from this point on? I want to have fun, but I also want to grow and I want to become a larger channel because it makes more options for me. But I'm also not trying to be a professional. I want to just do this as a hobby thing and enjoy myself. But is it still an enjoyable thing? I don't know. I don't know. The people have changed too much. The community's changed too much. The technology is toaster technology. It's not there anymore. It's not there like it was. You know, I don't, you know, have you found in the last 2 years money has been tight? Well, Yule, I mean, it's always tight, bro. I live in Florida. This is like the most, you got to have a ton of money to live in Florida, but that's not really the point, though, man. I'm just saying that for me, in my perspective, it's not helping anymore. The hobby on YouTube aspect is not helping anymore. It's not helping my growth pattern and what my original aim was. Okay, and I could sit here all day and I can chirp at people and tell them, these are my personal thoughts. This is what I think, and this is what you should think. But I don't do that to people. I never twist your arm. I never make you do something you don't want to do. I will ask you all day, if it's the right decision that you made. But I never ask myself anymore whether it's the right decision that I've made. And in this scenario, I find myself finding that YouTube is a dying platform. No matter how much I want it to recover, I'm almost positive YouTube is on its way out at this point. And the only channels that are going to succeed at this from this moving forward are the big channels, the ones that have cleared the 10 to 15,000 range or are getting ready to. The rest of you guys are going to suffer for it. And being somebody who wanted to be a larger platform without having the aspect of being a professional, I wanted to be more of an adventure channel, someone who could carry their following through adventure stuff and show the progression of each drone individually by making it better and building it. It's not about the professional aspect for me. So like I said, is that going to happen on this platform? I don't think so. I really don't. I think this platform is kind of on its way out. YouTube has made decisions to keep people stagnant. Um, I get a ton of views. I really do, man. I get a ton of views on my channel. Even daily, I still get a ton of views on my channel. Okay. You're telling me I can't gain one subscriber in a week with over 40,000 views, not one person subscribes? That's not that people aren't subscribing. That's YouTube keeping that from happening. Okay. If you get a couple, they take a couple. If you get a couple more, they take a couple more. And the platform, I think, at this point has become extremely unfair. And it's caused the drone community to start becoming unfair because now everybody's trying to fight with each other. Okay. This is where things take a turn. Everybody is now fighting with it. Well, I want this day and I'm going to stream on this day, and you can't stream on that day because I'm streaming on this day. You get Thursday, I get Tuesday, this guy gets Wednesday, that guy gets Friday. If you stream over the top of somebody, they get mad. If you stream over the top of anybody else, they get mad. If you're somewhere in between, then it's okay, but you have to fit around their time schedule. The whole drone community is lost to me. It's lost. It's lost its way. This is a massive community, guys. It's fun. Enjoy it for what it's worth. Remember the face value it used to offer you, the excitement, the enjoyment that you used to get out of it. I'm sick and tired of seeing people bitch and bellyache about the numbers. Okay? I'm not getting the numbers. You're not getting the numbers. Who gives a shit? Enjoy it for what it was. I guarantee you didn't get on here because of the numbers when you first started uploading videos. You were here for the fun of it. It was an exciting thing. Get back to that. Have fun with that. Enjoy that side of it. And I promise you'll become more of a positive person. The same thing can be said about me. I've picked up a lot of negativity because of dealings I've had with companies, people, backstabbing across the board. Some real shady stuff has happened over the past 4 years with people. I'm not mentioning names anymore, and I'm done with all that. I know who they are. I'm going to just move on. Poor Nay. Nay, it was a good friend of mine. I am saddened by what happened to Nay. And I just got to say, guys, just try to treat everybody how you want to be treated. Literally. Okay. If I do something that you know is fake, call me out on it. I expect transparency. And if you come on my channel, I expect transparency. If you jump in one of my shows, I expect transparency. I will always do my best to be honest with you guys. And I will try to be as blunt as I possibly can. And if I'm wrong, I can admit when I'm wrong. Okay? But have fun. Fuck the numbers. Have fun. Screw all the making money on YouTube. If it happens, it happens. It's wonderful. Good for you guys. Okay? I get paid and I still hate it. All right? I've been monetized for almost 3 years now, and I hate it. I fucking hate making the money. You know why? Because all it makes you want to do is push content for a measly cash flow, and it sucks. It is the shittiest thing you can feel. Unless you're blowing up and you're becoming some big goddamn YouTuber, it sucks to make fucking $100 a month. All right, because you realize by the time you figure out how many hours you've invested in editing and going out and spending the money, fucking making all this, YouTube content and fucking thousands of hours spent editing in a month, you realize you only got paid $130 to $140 for that time. Was it worth it? Fuck no, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. You want somebody to tell you that you're going to be a baller, you're going to be a fucking YouTube baller? I'm not the guy that's going to do that. I'm going to be honest with you. Quit caring about your numbers. They're not going to get you anywhere. I'm sick and tired of hearing about people not, well, I only have 300 subs. I'd love 5,000, but I only have 3. Fuck that, man. The more you get, the worse it gets. Enjoy your time while you're small. It's like an old person telling a young kid, enjoy being young, because when you get older, it sucks. Well, it's the same thing with your numbers. Enjoy being small, because when you get bigger, it sucks. Okay? Too many people have expectations of who and what you are and what they think you should do and all that, and it just fucking goes in circles, man. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Just have fucking fun, man. This is me being real. It's 1:39 a.m. I'm sucking on the cold water, sitting in front of my computer. I was thinking about how I was going to talk about this shit all night, and I figured the easiest thing to do is just talk to you guys like you're a bunch of grown men. There's no babies in here. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to open up the panel now. Anybody wants to jump in, feel free. I only got a couple days left till I go in for surgery, and after that, there's definitely not gonna be any sitting in front of my computer, because they are cutting something open that I never thought I'd have to have cut open. So that's gonna suck. So sorry I haven't been keeping up with everybody in the chat, man. I wanted to get that across without being misled by comments, unfortunately. And stopping. Steve, it's good to see you. Gabe, Sean, Jim, Lon, JDS, Mark, Mike. I gotta go back. Brian's still in here. Is for the logo work and the little FPV. If you get a chance, send it. Oh, I didn't even see the super chat, brother. Hold on a sec. Let me see what you did here. I hate. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Yo, iAdventures. You got it, brother. I'll make sure Brian gets his cut of that, my friend. Definitely. As soon as I get a chance, I'll try to get all that in the mail for you, brother. So, good luck with my surgery. Well, thank you. Lon, why don't you jump in here, man? Come on in, brother. You always have a lot to say, and I'd love to have you on panel. I hope the op goes smooth. Me too, man. The weirdest sensation that you're ever going to think about is I'm going in to have my scrotum cut open, and the doctor specifically sits down and has a conversation with you and says something like this. Okay, there's no way this is getting monetized, so it doesn't matter anyways. But Steve just jumped in. Um, Steve, what's up, bud?
Hey, how are you?
Good. So give me 1 sec. I was actually in the middle of telling the story of how the doctor hit me with my fun news.
Okay, let's hear it.
So he says he's going to cut my balls open, and then he says he's going to have my nuts in his hand. Literally, he's removing them, putting them in his hand, and putting them on top, and then they're going to remove a whole bunch of stuff inside the scrotum, and he's going to physically pick my nuts get to take an outside vacation. That's something I never thought would happen. Yeah, when a doctor tells you they're going to take your nuts literally out and put them on top of yourself, that's weird. That sounds weird to me. But then I think my nuts probably are part of an elite group now because they get to take a Florida vacation. See?
There you go. And it's
official.
costing them a hell of a lot of money too.
Right, right. You know, it's an expensive vacation, but they get to take it. So,
Hello, Mike.
Hello, hello.
so I apologize if that was really raw, but I'm just tired of seeing all the people gaping for numbers, man. It's gotten old.
Doesn't bother me at all. Been in the operating rooms, been in the emergency rooms, and seen a lot of stuff in my day.
Yeah. Yep. So we won't be going. There's no more going after anybody. I'm done. Done with all that, man. There's no point. Just causes drama and animosity for no reason. It creates more enemies than it does help. So it's silliness. Whether you want to hold somebody accountable for their actions or not, it just turns into a debacle. I should say debacle. I always say debacle. Anybody else say debacle? I know it's I know it's debacle, but for some reason I always say debacle. I think it's a Michigan thing.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I guess my uncle always used to say, "What a debacle we find ourselves in," and maybe he was drunk all the time. I don't know. The D's and S's kind of slur out at some point. Just debacle. He was a Crown Royal drinker, by the way. Yeah, he used to get pretty schnauzer faced on Crown.
I'm in Crown Royal.
Yeah. JDS says, "Fuck yeah." Jim, are you not coming in here? What's going on?
He said he was editing.
Oh, so Steve, oh boy, that was a lot of work, man, getting that GPS to function. That was
I watched the video. That was a lot of work.
dude, I had to remake that video like 15 times. Yeah, I'd get started, something would go wrong, computer wouldn't want to connect to it, start over, reconnect it, limited access, wouldn't let me send through the server base, fucking restart over. Oh my God, bro, I hope I don't have to do that again. Gabe, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, bro?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I've had pretty good day. My balls, on the other hand, haven't.
I'm sorry, I didn't laugh like that, man. I really didn't mean to laugh like that.
Hey, actually... what's that stupid movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where he opens his shirt and the little alien guy comes out? Quake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I feel like. My balls are like a whole second entity attached to me. Open your mind, except they're like, open your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when's the date?
25th, man. What, 2 days?
Oh, wow.
2 days?
So Dan, after they do this to you, I mean, everything's gonna be okay, right? Is that what the doctor said?
Well, that's kind of the hope, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean that's when you're saying that they're gonna cut in your scrotum, that's not something simple, right?
No, that's a pretty big procedure, man. They are removing the entire sac that's inside there because it continues to fill with liquid and get very large. So they botched my hernia surgery. Now I get to go in for another surgery that's going to cost another crazy amount of money because they botched the first one. And that's not even it. I still have a third surgery after that. They still have to fix my umbilical cord hernia.
Since they're going in there anyway, tell them to go ahead and redo everything and turn you into a Bruce Jenner.
Right. Yeah, it might simplify things. A lot less to deal with, huh?
There you go. Get free food, free rent, and free cars.
Is that what it was? Total Recall? Yeah, that was the movie I was thinking of, right? Total Recall. What did I say?
I don't remember.
I can't remember what. But the
You
woman
didn't say it.
Huh? I don't think I said that. I just said the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. But yeah, Total Recall. And then you got the woman with 3 tits. Don't you want some of this, honey? I was like, yeah, I'll take some of that. 3 boobs. Yeah.
Movie.
What's that?
It's a great movie.
It it is. It is. You couldn't convince people to watch it by today's standards, though, man. They would not be about that life, dude.
When their eyes are popping out of their heads and gasping for air when they fall out in the atmosphere.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's pretty bad. What was it? What was the Guado? Wado? I don't remember the dude's name that was stuck in his stomach. Damn it. Wado. I think it was Wado. Something like that. Oh hell, we got another person in here. Bam. Brian, what's up, dude?
Brian,
Man, I'm up here working on this YouTube studio.
Oh boy.
Trying to get professional.
Don't take what I said personal, big guy.
No, not at all, man. I know where you were going with that. I'm trying to keep from dropping my phone here.
My YouTube studios.
Yeah, I was with you on that.
Same thing.
Yeah, it ends here. We'll let everyone dig their own graves from this point on.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was telling you the other day. Like we were talking. I'm not. I really want to make a video like like the guys that did in the tool review community, but I've seen all of the repercussions that those guys are all suffering from, and I don't think it's worth it.
Creates more hatred and animosity.
It does. I mean, because the one dude started out, and he was just calling all these people out that was, making clickbait videos and stuff. And he called them all out by their Christian name. And then, the guy just got a deal like the day before that from a tool company to start sending him tools for reviews. And then he goes and jumps off a bridge, and makes this video. And then the 2 people that he personally attacked in there, I follow all 3 of them. They both responded to his video, and he was saying they had criminal history and they were drug addicts and they had problems and they were clickbaiters and all this. And then they went and did a background check on him and found out that this dude's got just as many problems as everybody else. So they called him out and basically said, hey, look, you ain't shit. And so now, the tool company, I'm not going to mention the tool company, but the tool company that was going to sponsor basically all 3 of these guys pretty much pulled out of the deal and said, we see the dissonance in the tool community on YouTube, and we're a family Christian company. We don't want no part of that. And, I am probably about 2 weeks away from having a Skydio 2, and I don't want to destroy my reputation, no further than someone else has already done for me or that I've already done for myself by doing something like that. So, I do want to sit here in front of the camera, and turn all the blue lights on behind me and talk a bunch of shit about, all the clickbaiters and all the fake news guys, but I'm over it. I'm not going to do that because they know who they are. They're the ones that have to sleep with it at nighttime. And, after talking to my girlfriend and my family and stuff, people that I go to for positive advice, they just all said, you know what? Be the better man, be the bigger man, and just push forward if this is your passion. And, that guy or those people will, eventually show their true colors, and they'll be who they are, and people will start to realize that. And then, maybe it'll prevail better for the person that's more humble about it, I guess you could say,
Yeah, man. Like I said, we're it's a moving on discussion here. We're Going in circles. It's we've made decisions here, so
Oh yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
it's kicking
So
a
I mean,
dead
yeah,
kicking a dead horse at this point. So even Lon tried to explain it, 3 weeks ago, but it just seems pointless because no matter what you do, it doesn't solve anything. You know,
no.
it has in the past, but now it doesn't seem to get things across the same way. You know, you get branded that one type of individual troll by everyone, and then it starts to lose that percentage value it used to get. Right? So whether I
Well,
used it to solve problems and straighten out YouTubers or not, that will be seen. It did help with a few, but like I said, there's no point, man. It just causes hatred and animosity. So
Yeah. The only thing to remember in life, the only thing that you can control is yourself. You can't
that's right.
control other people.
So yeah, so moving on from all that,
Mantis G, you still got it? Did you take it back?
I took it back to Best Buy. That's what I was gonna say. That camera was glitching really bad, and the flight characteristics of the drone was awesome, but it was like the film footage was just real glitchy and jittery. There was nothing smooth and cinematic about it at all. The color in it was really good. The color science was awesome. And the drone's fast. Like I said, that thing, I mean, I don't know if you paid attention to that video, but whenever I was zipping it back and forth and I took off and went off into the sky, the thing was moving 45, 50 miles an hour, especially in those winds, those tropical winds that was coming. It was getting it. So it flew cool, and I liked it. And it was real easy to get going. It didn't have any craziness in the app or anything like that. But yeah, I just went ahead and took it back because of the camera and the footage.
Now I was gonna say, man, that might have been a bit premature just because most people don't even realize it's launched yet. But all of a sudden you may wake up in 3 weeks after it's launched and then wake up to like 50, 70,000 views. You know what I mean?
I think that I got two things that I'm kind of focusing on right now, and one is I do want to try out that new unique Typhoon H3 with that Leica camera on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see because that's 4K at 60 and a 1-inch sensor. So I really want to try that. And the thing about Unique is, I've had a Typhoon H before. I've talked to Unique on the phone. I've talked to their marketing department, and they don't like to give YouTube channels a plug. They don't like to send you a drone. They don't like to market or brand or advertise or anything like that in that aspect, just like DJI does and these other companies do. So 3DR.
I want to show you something.
Controller right there, man.
I want to show you something. Oh no, it's a sick controller, dude. I love the controller, but watch this. I don't know if you'll be able to see through the glare, but watch this. Waiting for Solo. Remember, it's off, man. It's a fingerprint magnet. Though. Can you see the fingerprints?
Yeah.
It's always been that way. I love the piano key finish on it, but it's always.
Don't ever go out there and rob a store and drop that controller behind.
Yeah, right. Let's see if we can pick it up right now. All right, hold on one sec. Bam. Ah, it's so bright. You guys see that? 0 satellites. Now watch.
Searching for GPS.
Bam, 6. I'm inside the house. It picked up 6 that quick. Now watch.
7.
This is crazy. This satellite is so powerful. It's nuts. 8.
9.
Dude, I'll have like 15 or 17 in a matter of like less than a minute. Bam, ready to fly.
Yeah. Sweet.
That was on pre-startup, dude, inside my house. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
That's great.
That is awesome.
Excellent.
We just got to be able to put a GoPro Hero 8 on that thing, and then we'll be in business.
You can't. You know why? GoPro Hero 7 was the last one that they offered the HDMI port on.
Well, I mean, I can deal with the 7, but I think that what do you call that? The super smooth, hyper smooth, or whatever. I think that's pretty awesome in that 8, which I haven't seen.
The hyper, it's the same on the 7.
Right?
It's still on the same on the 7. Hyper smooth is on the 7.
Well, that's the key, though. I mean, that's where I was going with it. You know, like I'm not a huge Unique fan, like people may think.
Mhm.
But what I like about the Typhoon H3 is that it's got that 1-inch sensor, 4K 60 camera on it by Leica, and I like the Tornado 920 because you can put your own DSLR on it and fly, you know, an A7 III, or you can fly a M50, or I mean, I think it'll even hold like something big like an SL2 or whatever. So, I mean, I'm after that like super sick, cinematic, awesome over the trees footage and put some kick-ass music with it, you know, because that's what I really started my drone channel on was fly. I mean, if you go back and look at like my first 10 videos, it was basically I was just trying to do like the cinematic, you know, scenery type, you know, the footage of like going over mountains and over rivers and creeks and that kind of thing. So, you know, the reviewing drones wasn't really my thing because I was too busy flying commercially. And then whenever I had some free time, I was like, man, I want to take in this beautiful scenery and get some epic footage. So that's kind of like where I've been going with, you know, I don't really give a shit about a Mavic Mini or a Skydio 2 or anything like that. I just want that epic 4K 60 footage that, you know, has a 1-inch sensor to where I can get back to editing and doing, you know, like the stuff I did in Nashville, like flying around the buildings and doing color grading and some, you know, some glitches and some editing in After Effects and stuff, and just make it, you know, just a wow factor. That's really all I wanted to do.
Right.
That's where my passion is, you know.
Hell yeah.
I reached out to them. Have you contacted them about any more on the specs on the drone, Brian?
On with Unique or Skydio?
On the Unique.
Yeah, I talked to their marketing department about a week ago, actually, and she pretty much told me to go eat a banana.
Yeah. I wrote and tried to get some more information on it because I wanted to find out more about that.
Yeah, she wanted to know how far I could put a banana down my throat before I choked. Because she specifically said she was kind of like the boss lady of the marketing department, and you know I told her who I was and what I've been doing, and you know that I've had Unique products and stuff, and I said, you know, I'm doing a review on the Manus G and all that, and she was like, okay, and I said, so you know, I wanted to know if you know you could tell me when the launch date was going to be on the H3 because I would like to have one, and I know that you guys don't give them to drone channels typically. And, you know, I would like to maybe get on board with you guys with that and bring the Unique line back to the drone community. And she said, the Unique line is strong in the drone community. We don't need a YouTube channel to bring back our brand. That's exactly what she said, word for word. And I'm like, really? I said, well, that's funny because everybody I know is flying DJI and now this Skydio 2's coming out. I said, so you guys need a bump, you know?
Yeah.
And she said, we have a very strong marketing department. And we stand behind our products. So, you know, she said, just watch for it to come out on our website and you're welcome to buy it. It's $2,300. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Well, if she said it like that, as far as bringing back their brand, she was flat out admitting that it needs to be brought back.
Yeah. Spot on.
So, you know, I don't know. I just kind of felt like that. If they're going to be abrasive like that, I mean, if I was, if you know, maybe a 500,000 subscriber channel, they might have wanted to have a conversation with me about sending me one. But she just told me it's a 1-inch sensor, 4K 60. You know, they partnered up with Leica, just like DJI partnered up with Hasselblad, and stay tuned.
Yeah, I was trying to find out
and I'm
more.
like, okay.
I was trying to find out more about the sensor in order to pick up to get something to do some mapping with, and wondering to find out how good
it has a 20 megapixel still sensor in it.
Yeah.
Which is good for me because I have to have that for cell phone tower inspections.
Mhm.
And, you know, anything that I do in RGB's got to be 20 megapixel. And I kind of like the Unique. I like the big controller and all the little switches and stuff. It's slow. It's a very slow drone, but it's all carbon fiber. It's a hexacopter. I kind of like that factor too, because it kind of reminds you of like the DJI M600.
Right.
And, so I'm intrigued by, what they have. And then they came out with that orange 520, and it wasn't really nothing no better than what they already had in the Typhoon H. But what you did get was all those different, like the CGO or the CG50 and the CG90 or the SC90. There was some other cameras that they were coming out with. Their thermal cameras.
What?
What?
What happened to Gator?
You guys, what? Yeah, did they give you any information about this exact sensor that it is?
No, she just told me it was a 20 megapixel sensor and 4K
Yeah.
at 60 and all that, and that they had partnered up with Leica. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know as well as I do, Leica is a freaking lens. It's not an actual sensor. So for them to tell me that they partnered up with Leica to put this camera on there, they're putting a piece of Leica glass on there, and they're probably using, a Sony sensor or
However,
yeah, and that's the part she didn't want to get into. So I just kind of let it ride at that, and I said, okay, well, thanks for your time. So I'm going to watch for that. But here's something that a lot of people don't know. I mean, I'm sure that if Lon's still watching, he may know. So Skydio's releasing a commercial drone. It's the same exact Skydio 2 that everybody else is getting, but it's $2,500. And that is because you're getting a controller, a beacon, like 4 extra batteries, a hard case, the drone deploy software. Basically, all the hardware is the same. And I think you get something else with it. It's something stupid, but for $2,500, you can get the commercial package Skydio 2, and it's supposedly going to be available to like 100 customers right off the bat. And then it's selective, and then they're supposed to be shipping the Skydio 2 starting in December. But if it was to have a 20 megapixel sensor and 4K at 60, which it does 4K at 60, but if it had a 1-inch sensor instead of micro 2/3, I think that would be a pretty good platform too. So
yeah. Like
but
I
I'm
said,
with Dan. I just need to put a 4K, GoPro Hero 7 on that Solo, and
But that's all you need. Imagine stabilization with Hypersmooth active already. So attaching it to a gimbal and adding in the feature of Hypersmooth on top of 4K at 60 frames per second. I'm sorry, that just seems like it would be absolute insanity.
what kind of range do you get out of that Solo?
I mean, I've had it out 6 miles, so 3 out, 3 back. That's pretty good. I don't know what
You
else.
getting 20 minutes of battery out of it?
No, I can make a 6 mile flight in roughly 15 minutes, depending on how fast I'm traveling. So the day me and Ron did the long range run, you remember that, Steve, with the Phantom 3?
Yep.
That run only took 8 minutes, and that was 4.5 miles. That was 2 out, 2.5 out, well, 2 and 2.25 out, and 2.25 back, and that was round trip. So that was a stupid long flight, but I still landed on like 49% battery or something. So easily another mile would be accomplishable with no issues.
oh yeah.
Why, what's up?
Well, I mean, I was just wondering, like if up here in these mountains, if I'd be able to get, like a mile out of it or a mile and a half or something. I mean, because down in Florida is a little different, but up here, I mean, I got mountains all around me. So
Look, dude, it all comes down to understanding the antennas on the Solo. These alpha antennas are, well, that probably was why I wasn't getting very good range the last time I took it out. Hey, I didn't realize it was backwards. So one panel was pointing at myself and the other one was not during the flight so if that tells you one antenna took this all the way out during that 1 mile drop away, reverse drop away at the park, that was with one panel backwards on accident and I didn't even realize it. I do now. So with both panels kicking pointed in a direction that the quad is flying with these high gain panel antennas, man, you can actually really send the stupid thing far. But if you wanted to, you can get a 1-cell battery and hook up a 1 watt and 1 watt for 2 watts altogether between two antennas output base, and then RPA or SMA connection, screw them on, and you can do high gain panel antennas with a 1 watt push through a, you can either tie it into the lithium ion battery if you want to, or you can just run a 1-cell battery on the back, depending on what you want to do. And then you can seriously penetrate some Wi-Fi output by adding 1 watt of signal. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this then, if that's how you feel about that thing, then what would it take for me to send you to fix a Solo like you did tonight with all those cool ass GPS features and, you know, the hyped up version, the antennas ready to fly, gimbal on it and everything, to where when I get it in the box, all I got to do is put my GoPro 7 Hyper Smooth on it and get downlink footage and rock and roll? Like, where would we be at on money on that?
Oh man, I'd have to crunch some numbers because you can't really find Solos new anymore. You can only buy
Well,
them.
I found one for $300 on Facebook Marketplace the other day that said it
Well,
was
that's-
like new.
And that's what I'm saying. But in all honesty, bro, you can set these up yourself. The alpha antennas are $7 a piece. You screw them on. That's all you have to do to extend the range right out the hole. Okay. The only thing that I've really done to this one right now is put master air screw props on it. Third party. It's $15 for the upgrade props. And then the MRO GPS board. There's no reason to upgrade the Pickhawks unit. It's fine right now. It's not having any issues. You do need to upgrade the GPS, which is $49 from M Robotics. I just put out the video of how to install and do it. It's really simple. I mean, it's simple if you just follow the video. You know what I mean? Click where I tell you to click, and just, it's no different than fixing your car. So really, you wouldn't need me for anything. The only thing is the gimbal is going to be the hard part. So if you wanted to run a third-party gimbal, okay, then you're going to have to do the soldering to pin 14, right? You got to run a signal wire to pin 14, which I have that video showing how to do that too. You seem like a capable guy, right? You should be able to. You can solder, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I got all that shit.
So you would be opening up the bottom bay where the connection is, the wiring connection harness for the gimbal, and you would be tying in a JST connector to the power wires, which is fairly simple, red and black wire in the gimbal stand, right? And the idea of this is that you can always go back to stock if you want to. So you can have all these extra wires in there.
3DR makes a gimbal for their drone, right?
However, 3DR's gimbal is right here, and this only goes up to GoPro Hero 4. The reason you can't go beyond that is because of the case. If you look at how they built the case, it plugs in very specifically. See what I mean? The other side of that is if I unplug this and unplug this, and I give a pull, the interface on the back of the GoPro, that big silver slot that you can't see it now? That big interface actually plugs into the interface on the gimbal. Oh my God, this white is, see the interface inside there now?
Yeah.
That square piece, that's how it communicates. And then the HDMI port is on the side for FPV, and you plug into that. The thing you're going to realize is that they basically did away with the GoPro interface after the Hero 5. Hero 6 and 7 and 8 doesn't have the interface.
So where do you get, who's your third-party gimbal for the GoPro 7 to hook up onto that 3DR?
So the fun thing is you can really choose any one of them.
I mean, are you using Feiyutech, or are you using...
No, you can use anything. That's what's fun about it, man. As long as it can take a signal wire for pitch controls, you're good to go.
So you could take a freaking a Phantom 4 gimbal and camera and wire it up right on the bottom of that 3DR.
Little different, man. Those were proprietary based systems.
I'm just hitting you with the big questions.
Well,
there,
no, but
Jody.
I get what you're saying. What I'm trying to tell you, man, is most of your gimbals that were designed to be third party. So, for instance, if you went on eBay and you looked up drone gimbal, right, you would find all these different ones. Like,
well, who makes the smoothest one with the best brushless motors and, you know, all the goody shit that
would be,
you're going to be able to get that cinematic shot out of?
Tarot.
Parrot?
Tarot.
Tarot.
Tarot makes the best attachable gimbals in my book. They are easy. They also come with a Storm 32 PPMW setup. So they're very easy to work with. And I think you can actually plug in without having to go through the drone. I think that the Terrat gimbal runs on. Yes, it runs on this. So this is a pinout connector from Brownie Boards. It's about $15. Plugs into the gimbal port on the bottom of the Solo. Right there, it plugs right into this wire. Matter of fact, I've never connected it, but I'll show you what it looks like.
So do I need to go tomorrow and snatch that 3DR Solo up off that guy that's got it for $300 on Facebook?
I mean, if you want to have some fun, so there you go. That's what the Brownie board's connected. This board was $15, I want to say, and it has the pinouts built right into it, so you don't have to connect the pin 14. You can connect all your power wires and everything right through this pinout board that connects right to the gimbal connector. That's the simple way to do it, okay? This was created by Brownie boards for that reason, for the people that didn't want to take the Solo apart and go the whole 10 yards, you know what I mean? I think you should let me make a list, buy all the parts, and then we'll talk about getting a Solo. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to know is like, if I go buy this 3DR Solo that's down the road here off this guy, am I going to be sitting there with, a cool ass drone to put on my shelf behind my YouTube studio and act like I got something?
It's going to be fun, man. Don't forget, it also runs Mission Planner, which is some of the most advanced autonomous flying platform that you can use. It's basically about, I would say, maybe better than Drone Deploy. You like Drone Deploy?
Yeah, it's good.
You ever use Mission Planner?
No.
Super advanced software, man. You almost have to take a lot of courses. You have to study through the courses to understand it. But once you get a fix on it, man, you can do some really, really creative stuff with Mission Planner.
I'll tell you what would be the money maker, man. You guys talk about wanting to, make some real money, and I don't really have the time or the energy to do it. But like when I'm inspecting power lines, if I have, like I got a line at Daytona Beach that I got to inspect once every year, and it's the same freaking line on the same streets, and nothing's changing. Like the height of the poles don't change. The tree overgrowth's not changing. Nothing's changing. And you have to tediously pull up to every pole and take 5 images of that pole and then move to the next pole. And I got to have a driver. So I'm sitting in the passenger seat flying, 3-4 poles at a time. And then we'll move up. We're not actually driving while we're flying. I'll fly 5 poles, and then we'll move up, and then we'll fly 5 poles, and it's time to change the battery. But with the KML files that's in my software through my DJI Pilot app, if you could figure out a way to just hit like go fly and let that drone go up and just go take its 5 pictures of each pole and then move up and change a battery when you needed to, and just have control of the drone if you needed to, like a visual observer, you would have something that would make some serious jack.
That's what Mission Planner does. So
it'll actually go to each waypoint and then look at that exact angle and take that picture, gimbal angle and everything.
If you're attached, like if you bring your laptop out there, right, and you set your controller down next to you and you connect to the Wi-Fi on the drone with Mission Planner will actually show you your video feed on your computer screen, and then it will offer you a window with a map. You can choose the map you want, and then you can set each waypoint to do certain things. As long as the camera, if you're running a GoPro Hero 4, right now, if you're running the GoPro Hero 4, you can use it with Mission Planner, okay? Now, remember, you can still shoot in 4K, but the highest you can go is 30 if you're running a GoPro Hero Black, okay? So 30 frames per second, GoPro Hero 4. There are a couple people who have learned how to do a GoPro Hero 7, but they have to have the extension port, and you have to order another board from Brownie Boards. Now, that guy is smart. His name is Steven Schinderwolf, and I cannot figure out how to get connected with him. If I could do that, then we could do that exact same thing with the GoPro Hero 7, 6, and 5. Okay? But I have to talk to him first. I'm not sure you want to go this far with it, though, man. I mean, it's not really a bird you're going to be doing professional power line with. Can you do it?
No. I mean, I want to do the cinematic shots with the Solo, but I'm saying like with the M210, if you could figure out how to send that thing on a mission to go take 5 pictures of every pole and then land at, when the battery gets low, and then go just swap the battery, that would,
I mean, the problem is, why? See, and that's the difference between proprietary and open source, man. It's like somebody wanted that feature available for the Solo, so they built it. You know what I mean? Like DJI is not stepping out of their way to do those kinds of things for you guys. So I don't know, man. I like I said, I got Lon in here. Lon in here is talking about that the GoPro is still a 1 2/3 sensor, and I get that, but I'm not out doing professional things with the drone. I just want to take really clean footage and make it relevant to the market again. That's all I care about. You know what I mean? Is keeping it relevant. If I want to, we can put a DSLR rig on it, dude. You want to go crazy? Let's put a DSLR rig on the stupid thing. Then what are you gonna say, Lon? I'm flying a damn DSLR rig, dude. It'll carry extra 4 pounds of weight between gimbal and camera. It can carry an extra 4 pounds of weight and still fly for around 8 minutes.
Quality wise, the Solo is definitely right up there with the Phantom 4.
It is.
It's not a cheaply made drone, so if you get one, Brian, you'll be amazed with the quality. You'll be happy with it.
It's a brick, dude. It's fun. It's a solid, well-built drone. It really is. And they made it easy to change motors. And I mean, they thought about being user-friendly with the Solo. It literally takes 2 minutes to change a motor on that. 4 screws, pop off the light pod. It comes out, you unplug it, you plug in the new one, drop it back in, 4 screws, light pod back on, you're done. Like, they made it super friendly for everyone to use.
Solo would be much further ahead if they didn't have that problem with the gimbals when they first came out.
Oh, yeah.
That was a marketing screw up for them. And it continued to receive a bad reputation ever since that. And it just turned people away from it. So
that was the downfall.
Fake.
That was the downfall. It was the same downfall the Karma had. Both of me had to buy a GoPro for, and nobody wanted to do that. Nobody wanted to buy the drone, then go out and buy a $600 GoPro Hero 4. At the time that was crazy money. So nobody was really feeling it. You just paid $999 was the price point for the Solo without a gimbal. The gimbal itself was $350, and the GoPro Hero 4 at the time of release was around $600. So by the time you're done, you are and buy another battery, you are looking at a 2,000 like $100 or $2,200 purchase price point for the Solo. That was the world's first smart drone, and the fun thing is, it still is. It's still doing what the big boy toys are doing up in the classification of DJI, your Matrice 100s and stuff like that, that are open source. It can still do all that stuff. I still think it can do it better, but that's just me. There's just certain things that hold it back. For instance, the company doesn't cater to it anymore. You have to build your own batteries if you want to keep flying it. So there's things to consider, man.
That's the thing with the Solo though, is that you can update it. You don't have to put your old Phantom 3 in the cupboard and buy yourself a new Phantom 4 version 2. But you can spend that money on updating your Solo.
Yep.
And still have a good drone. But that's just my point of view. I'm not an expert. I'm just seeing it from a layman's terms.
That was the whole idea, though, was that they wanted to build a drone that nobody would have to go and buy another drone next year because it became outdated. It was a drone that was going to be able to be upgraded, which, as we're seeing, it came out in 2015. It's 2019 going into 2020, and the drone is still relevant to the market. It's still doing exactly what it set out to do, conquer the market. I'm still adapting new parts to it. We're still adapting new gimbals to it, cameras, battery time is getting figured out. I mean, it's you can just keep going. What's stopping you? It's open source. It's not there. You just add the part or component to it.
And how many Phantom 4s have come out since 2015?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. When was the Phantom 4 released? It was released in 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's been out for what, 3 years now?
Well, they came out with the original Phantom 4, then they did the Advanced, and they did the Pro, and then they did the one where the screen's attached to the controller, like the Pro Plus, and then they got the Pro V 2.0, which I hear in the drone community so much it makes me want to puke. Phantom 4 V 2.0, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, everybody's wanting the V 2.0 because of those props, and I mean, they say that it's a better drone or whatever. But I've got a Phantom 4 Advanced that I've had since they were new, and that son of a bitch does better than my Mavic.
Yeah, I had a friend that had a Phantom 3, and that thing. It was cheap and cheerful. We got it second hand, and it could handle the wind. I was bloody amazed. You know, it was blowing a gust and it just stayed rock solid.
What's a PayPal drone?
No, he was asking if I had a PayPal account. I gave him my email address because yeah, so like if he wanted to send money, he could just send it directly to my PayPal. Like the way you did it, that $100, I won't see until the end of next month. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, my payday would have been today or tomorrow, so that money gets held over until the next pay.
Oh, well, I'll just send you some extra money on the side.
You're good. Don't stress, man. Do not stress. It's all right.
Shipping something to me is going to probably cost about $15 or $20, you know.
Not that big of a deal, bro.
I just really didn't want to have to go, you know, wire you the money. You know what I mean? Because I don't like leaving the house if I don't have to. I'm 10 miles out in the middle of nowhere in the woods in this old farmhouse. So, you know, driving to Walmart to go Walmart to Walmart, some shipping money, I just was like, you know what? I'll just super chat it. It's easier.
Where are you at? I thought you were down in Carolina.
Well, I'm all over. I mean, like this house right here, it's in Virginia, and I'm out in the mountains in Virginia. But you know, I've got a home place in Tennessee, and then I've got a home down in Lakeland, Florida.
All right. Yeah, I'm up here in Northern Virginia.
Where
I'm about 30 miles west of DC.
30 miles west of DC?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you up around like Woodbridge or something?
Right. Just outside of Manassas.
Oh, I gotcha. Alexandria and all that?
No, it's more west.
More west.
Of DC. So.
Well, I'm down, you know where like Bristol and Roanoke and, you know, that end of Virginia is where I'm at.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. You down
Franklin County. I was actually where I'm at, Franklin County.
Okay.
Where the moonshine capital is.
There you go.
You guys weren't in there for that. E-Drone does, what is it? What is tonight? Or what was last night? Because it's 2:24 a.m. What was last night was what? Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
Tuesday night t-shirts off. And we're in the middle of the stream, and he goes, okay, it's 10 o'clock. It's Tuesday night t-shirts off. And I was like, what? And he goes, take it off, Chubby. And I was like, all right. And we did. It was a weird stream, bro. We all just were shirtless. Like, I don't know who came up with that idea, but it's a bunch of dudes watching. Like, I could understand if there were chicks watching, but you're saying it's Tuesday night, 10 o'clock t-shirts off. Streaming, and I was like, this is just weird, but okay, whatever. I'm sorry, E-Drone. I'm only gonna do this once with you, buddy. You know, so I don't know, man. Blue Rock, you can actually go to PayPal, and then it says what email address would you like to send it to, and you put my email address in there, and then it automatically sends it to my account. That's the email address that my PayPal is attached to. Dude, yes, bro. You have no idea. No idea. I can't wait to go back to work.
What was the problem that you finally figured out on the GPS?
Man, bro. You know, dude, it was limited network. It only allows you to do it twice. After that, it cuts you from doing it. So anytime you try to send the parameter after the fact, it just pushes it back to like sends the prompt back to the PC instead of finishing it. You get what I'm saying? So like if I was to do it right now, which I can't because I have to connect to the internet, otherwise I'd start a stream for you or screen share and show you how it works. It's really hard to explain, Mike. I spent hours today trying to figure it out, and finally I realized that if I didn't try to ping it after already doing it, that it doesn't cause a problem.
All right. Well, it's just you were having so much problem with it last night. Apparently, you figured it out. So.
No, I just didn't complete the process.
So
I didn't
you were connected.
Yes, I was connected to it, but I didn't actually complete the process because I had already done it twice. See what I'm saying? I just told people how to do it from there, and then I showed them what it should look like. Apparently, if you try to ping it more than twice after you've already done it, then it sends the signal back to the PC, and it says, "Sorry, not connected. Sorry, not connected." So,
Yeah.
That's when it starts
Where
to
are you
crap out the
from?
system.
Kiwi, what was
50 yen.
That's like what? That's like $5 American or something.
Dude.
$50. No, I understand Dan's predicament because I'm sick and tired of it. My foot feels a lot better after having those screws put in it. And what I showed was a job that I've been chasing for a long time. An opening has come up for a operator, driver, labourer, and it's really easy work and reasonably good money. So I've put my CV in, I've sent the email, and let's cross fingers I can get out of this place. So,
Well, heck yeah, man. Good for you, Kiwi. I hope that works out for you.
Hey, let me ask Mad Kiwi a question because I've been wanting to know if this is true or not. But for an American to come to Australia, what kind of criteria do they have for that if you have a passport? I mean, can you come over there for like a couple days or a week, or is it like getting into Canada where you can't even have a DUI or a bad check on your record or some shit?
I'm sorry, Brian. I have got absolutely no idea what the regulations are to go to Australia because I'm in New Zealand.
You're in New Zealand. Oh, okay. I thought you were in Australia.
I told you, Kiwi. That's why I always call you the Australianer.
What are you talking for, Brian? Going to work?
No, I was gonna I was gonna go over there and go to see a couple of those places in Australia that I always see on Oz by Drone's drone channel. I mean, he's got some beautiful scenery over there. I wanted to go over there and film some of that, but you know, obviously I'm the mad villain, you know, and I've got that criminal history from 20 years ago. So I've heard that like they won't let you in Australia or New Zealand or anywhere like that, Canada, because of you know, a background check doesn't come back clean as a whistle.
Right, I can vouch for you if you want to come to New Zealand. There's a bed here for you if you want it. You can have us as your sponsor, and I think you're allowed a year in New Zealand.
I just need a week, you know. I'd just like to come over for like 4 or 5 days or a week or something. But I've just heard that you got to have somebody over in those other countries to vouch for you. Otherwise, they won't let you come.
Basically, that's it. So I can sponsor you for that time. It's not a big deal. So as long as you're a good boy.
Well, you know, some people grow up and change, you know.
What
Nope.
about
Well, mate,
what
we've all
about
been there.
record?
What was that, Steve?
I was saying, well, what about your record? I've seen your face in the post offices all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
And on milk cartons and everything.
Gabe, are you still there?
But anyway, that's an option for you. And if you want to go to Oz, talk to Matt North or Spike or Mars or any of those guys and see how it goes because they're all over the place.
Yeah,
Is Gabe still with us?
I don't think so. I don't hear nobody.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, he's here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So how did DW
Yeah, I'm here.
go?
I have a question for Mad.
Okay.
Yeah, Mad, I saw a YouTube video of you. I think it was you. I'm not quite sure, but are you like involved in flight simulators?
I know a chap that's got he bought a Boeing 737 flight simulator, the whole thing that pilots use from Auckland secondhand. And being an electrician, he put it in his garage and he got all the screens set up and everything, and he got it all working again. And that's in his garage, probably an hour and a half away from me. But that's all I know about flight simulators.
Well, you know the new Microsoft.
Okay, because I saw a video on YouTube that said something about Mad Kiwi.
I could have commented on something somewhere along the line. I just don't know.
You know, the
Sorry,
new
guys.
Flight Simulator 2020 by Microsoft is going to be coming out. It goes up through the Azure cloud, and so it's going to run off their servers. So when you're flying a simulator, you are actually flying to, say, X airport. You will be pulling up the air traffic control off their system, but the Azure cloud system will be the control giving you directions on how to land, but you'll be hearing everything coming in live off a regular flight control off the tower.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing what kind of graphics you have now.
Oh, the graphic simulator that they showed on it is just unbelievable. I mean, it's just high definition, everything HD.
Rick just popped in. Rick, what's up? Hey,
Yeah,
Lon,
you actually have traffic. You can see traffic from the cars going around everywhere.
Right. What was that, Dan?
I was gonna say, hey, Lon. Actually, even if the old one was plug and play, man, this one is still an upgrade. It's actually designed for, I want to say, like more than one type of quad. Even though the rig itself was basically designed with the 4 holes to fit inside the Solo, it's also apparently set up for like 10 other rigs as well, which is why it doesn't come default settings. So after communicating with M Robotics, they explained it to me that out of the box, it's not designed for the Solo, but it is. The shape and everything else is designed to connect to the Solo the same way, but it's programmed for other drones, which is why you have to cap 2 of them off and then apply it through U-blocks. I don't. That's really hard to explain, but anyways, man, it's definitely an upgrade.
Dan,
from
what
the
is
It's a 5 dB output, which the original was 1.5. Go ahead, Gabe.
I was going to ask you, what is U-Box? Because I know there's other ones, there's other standards. Because I have a GPS on the 7-inch drone that's not working on the second drone that I got, and I bought like another module for it, and it's still behaving the same way. I'm not getting anything in the OSD. I know this is different than from what you guys are dealing with, but the problem is that it's not showing up, and I don't know if it's the actual flight controller or whatever. But I bought I ordered another GPS module, the same exact one that came with the kit, and hopefully it's going to work. But I'm not quite sure. It turns on. It the light blinks. Anything in the OSD.
I mean, what drone are we talking about?
No,
Gabe.
I'm talking about Betaflight and GPS Rescue. I had a 7-inch quad before that I was using, and then on that one, but I got another kit and I put that plugged in the GPS module, and it's not showing up in the OSD.
I have no idea, man. I don't connect GPS to acro quads. Talking about race quads, right? That's definitely not my forte. Brian would be the guy to talk to. Not this Brian, but Drone on YouTube channel has connected a ton.
I mean,
I feel like you're really far behind, man. Latency lag or audio. Are you listening to the YouTube stream instead of the?
I'll hit them up. I mean, I figured it had something to do with the flight controller because I'm on my third GPS module.
Yeah. Does he appear to be behind to everybody else?
Yeah. Definitely.
I think he's watching the YouTube stream instead of the StreamYard stream.
Yeah, I got lag. I got some serious lag on the phone.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, Dan. I got the YouTube stream off my computer. I'm on my phone right now. Yes,
okay.
But anyway, Brian, if you wanted to come to New Zealand, I know someone that does high tension power
I'm sorry.
cabling and trapezes and all that sort of thing as well. So
You're good.
you've got you got the power sided if you want to. I know someone in it. You've got all the scenery in New Zealand if you want it, and you've got a bed here if you want it as well. So there you go.
That's awesome. I appreciate it, man. That's good stuff. I would like to come over there. I mean, I want to do some traveling, especially, you know, for me, November, December, and January are tough months because there's not a lot of stuff getting inspected this time of the year. They always do that stuff in the spring and the summer. So I went back into, you know, construction management, and I've got some vacation time saved up. So I was thinking about, you know, just taking a week off and maybe, you know, getting on a plane, you know, which I got a passport, but certain countries, I don't know which countries, but certain countries you got to have a sponsor and all that, you know. And
well, that's okay. But if you're just a visitor, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to come and like get a visa and work and live and all that. You know, I just want to come stay 3 or 4 days, you know, and just check out something besides, you know, Virginia.
Yeah.
Like Dad said, like you said, you almost need 2 weeks, Brian.
2 weeks. You need 2 weeks.
You're gonna lose a day going, not counting you're gonna take at least 2 days to acclimate.
Oh, not 2 days, but you know, when your feet hit the ground, you want to be doing stuff. So the best idea I've found traveling anywhere is stay awake the whole trip, stay awake the whole day, and when you get to where you're going, and then go to sleep at the same time everyone else does. But that could be different because it's 2 o'clock in the morning where you are.
Yeah, what time is it there?
What is it? 7:40 Wednesday night.
7:40 Wednesday night. Yeah. So you're in the future.
Absolutely.
You lose a day. You're crossing the international date line, so you lose a day there. But Kiwi's right. You've got to do it because when I used to fly when I was in the service, when we had to go over to the Philippines, what we do is we try to get on the time going the 2 days before and try to get it acclimated. So when you're going, even though we had a 2-day layover in Hawaii, we were still ahead going on the other side by the time we got there. Because we'd fly from locally here in California to Hawaii, from then of Hawaii to Clark Airfield in the Philippines.
What kind of drone regulations do they have over there? Can I bring like my Mavic or something with me, or will they not let me check it?
With you, but the best person to talk to is X-Jet. He's a Kiwi that knows all the rules on drones in New Zealand. He's got his own channel. I don't know if you've seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to Bruce. He's the man that knows all the rules. Where I am, I don't really need any rules because I'm rural New Zealand, and there's no plains where I live unless they're spraying crops, which isn't until next year.
But just to be able to get off the plane with it, I'm going to need to know, you know, like what I got, you know.
Yeah.
Because if I bring it with me, I want to know if I can fly it over there. And if DJI's got some kind of, you know, crap on their software where there's certain countries you can't even get a DJI to take off the ground. It won't even spin up.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is I'm sure I've got a mate just down the road here that's got a Mavic 2 or a Mavic Pro. No, he's got a Mavic Zoom, but I can lend you my bloody Mavic Air if you want to take some aerial footage anywhere around. So
yeah, I mean, if I come over there, I definitely want to zip around a little bit and get some aerial shots along with, you know, some ground stuff too. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. But if you just want to save the hassle, just come empty-handed, and I'm sure we can organise a drone when you get here because I've got friends. Natasha, she's just bought herself a buddy Phantom 4 version 2 with the screen on the controller and everything, and she's a photographer and that's what she does. So
I've seen some stuff out of New Zealand that's top notch, man. It really is. Like there's some stuff coming off of drones over there it looks like something that comes straight out of Hollywood, you know, because of the scenery and stuff.
Straight out of
Some of the places anyway. So Steve, was DJI at Spin Up?
I didn't see anybody from there.
Because, you know, that was a big old hype that DJI was going to be at Spin Up.
Right.
And I commented on a couple of channels the other day, you know, like who was there? Because I know a couple of DJI reps and nobody would answer the question.
I didn't see anybody there, and no one was introduced. Because you know doggone well, if somebody from DJI was there, Kelly would have introduced them, and no one was introduced.
You know, that was, I mean, I might be wrong. I might be out of place, but I've heard from, you know, the horse's mouth that DJI is going to be at Spin Up this year.
No, I heard it too.
And I was just wondering, you know, did they send Steve or did they send Jason? You know, I'm just wondering who they sent. And so a couple of the streams that's been on about Spin Up, I commented and was like, so who was at Spin Up from DJI? And that question went unanswered blatantly several times.
Oh,
And
I didn't even see you post during the live stream.
yeah, I asked in Mel's live stream several times, and I asked in whatchamacallit's live stream, Ken's. And nobody said anything. Nobody commented back and said, you know, oh, it was such and such, or they were there or not there, because that was one of the big hype features, was that DJI was going to be at Spin Up this year. And, you know, I mean, I knew they were going to send a drone like they did last year to give away, or a product to give away. But if they didn't actually send a person there, a representative from DJI for people to talk to, then I feel like that was kind of misleading, you know?
Yeah. No, in fact, 2 of the speakers fell through. So it was a kind of a big lull at the end, at the last minute. The one gal that was from the mapping company, she had some family emergency, which is understandable. But
Yeah.
hey, Kestelou, no show. He called up like 2 days before or something like that and backed
Well,
out.
the lady that was going to do the mapping, the speaker that was going to do the mapping, I don't remember her name, Angela something, but
Yeah.
she was at Spin Up last year, and she was just in the background, and she approached me after she saw the 210 and handed me her card and wanted to know if I wanted to get together with her for maybe dinner or lunch or whatever and talk to her a little bit. And I kind of blew her off because I just thought that, you know, she was just like maybe some fan picking for information or whatever. And she handed me this little flimsy business card. It looked like it was printed on a printer, and said that she was doing drone mapping. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll hit you up. And I still got her card, but I never hit her up. And then I seen that she was going to be a speaker this year. And I looked into her company, and it's taken off pretty good. So I was like, damn, man, you never know who you're shaking hands with, you know?
That's for sure. Yeah, she had a nice handout book. I haven't even read it. I just got it stashed in with my stuff I brought back. She had a little handout book talking about what they do and different things that they provide, and working with them.
Yeah, I mean, I probably, if I would have took her to lunch or entertained what she had to say a little more at Spin Up last year, you know, I might have put myself in a better situation as far as downtime, like right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, at the moment, you know, she just ran up to me, and, you know, she was just like, hey, you know, I love that M210, and I would really like to talk to you more about it. You know, she seemed really intrigued, but I kind of felt like that she was more of a YouTube fan, but the way she was, you know, trying to rub elbows with everybody, and I didn't really see her as a business perspective. And so, you know, I was like, yeah, okay. So I just threw her card in my book bag, and then I've seen the speakers this year, and I'm like, shit, man, I should have took her up on that, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he had a family emergency and had to back out.
Yeah,
So-
she's trying to blend in with everyone else, being everybody else, and Brian made a bad mistake.
Yeah. That was, I mean, I knew you were there, and I just wondered if, you know, that was legit, if DJI actually had somebody, because I haven't talked to nobody that was there. Mel ain't answered the phone since he's been back, so, you know, I guess.
That new employee, classes that he's going to take. You hire.
Yeah, he's going to work for that yeah, Sam's or something.
So he's
But
hours and hours and hours a day.
anyway, but I don't feel like I really missed anything.
Some of the new stuff was pretty good. I'm drawing a blank on the names, but the one was called Flight Link. It's a software that's kind of like what Dan was showing up there, but you can do complete three-dimensional analysis of your flight. So they showed during the demo, like say the Eiffel Tower. You go onto the software, and you can map the whole entire thing, tell the drone everything you want to do, three-dimensional, and it flies it when you're done. And then when you're done with it, you set it off in a flight. And he showed us a couple of different flights. He did some castles in Germany and some other stuff to where it took off, flew the castle, flew around, did all the imaging and stuff. And it sits up on more or less a cloud server. So
that's basically the same thing Pix4D is.
Yeah, so if you're working with other people, you can share that same package with them.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, Dan.
I'm trying.
3DR needs to make you their number one advocate. You need to be their what you call it? What do you call them people? A brand spokesman or something?
But this is what he's talking
Brand
about.
ambassador.
You see how it created the whole 3D model for everything that he's doing? This is just one phase of like site scans capabilities for 3DR. I promise you this is going to be the most advanced platform ever to the market. And you can still buy site scan, but I don't have $12,000 to purchase. But man, can it do some crazy stuff. And I feel like everybody's just now coming out with this technology, but Solo's already had it since 2015. Like there's nothing that's mind-blowing me coming out. That's why I said I feel like everything's kind of hit a brick wall. Like the Solo's either already done it or is capable of doing it. And I don't know, man. I just feel like it's not new to me. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me. Look at all the cracks in the road. Craziness.
Yeah, the name of that company was called Drone Link.
Yeah.
One of the guys that Barry Markowitz, the journalist from Hawaii, he was a kick in the butt. He really was.
This company, whoever made this video, didn't make a very good video.
Wasn't 3DR Solo on a military program whenever they first came out too?
Actually, the U.S. government was using 3DR Solos for certain things. But then when they discontinued the batteries, they kind of dropped off.
Seems to me like I remember something about that with the Army having a 3DR Solo, and they were using it for something, but now they're using that little FLIR Mosquito or whatever.
Well, there's your FLIR stuff. That's if you buy the 6-camera package for the Solo.
3DR Solo saved the world, man. Just ask the Ninja Turtles.
Yo, the Ninja Turtles know what's up.
Yeah, man.
It's just funny to me that people don't realize how advanced the Solo really is. Like, it just flew under the radar for some weird reason because they marketed it as an adventure drone instead of a work drone. You know what I mean? It was capable of doing so much shit, and I just feel like people just didn't know. They didn't market this drone correctly at all. Like, this was a drone that was meant to meet everybody at every aspect. You know,
the company's still alive, right? I mean,
no, 3DR has completely dropped off the consumer market. All they do now is software design. They continue making site scan better over time. But this is from 2015, bro. Imagine how far they've come with the site scan application now. They probably have 10 cameras that connect to the bottom of it, each one doing different things. You know, they plug it right into the extension port and make all these crazy ass 3D models.
I mean, I'm just thinking if they would have, if they've got that kind of capital, they could come back and put another drone out.
They already made it very clear they're not going to.
Yeah, that sucks, man, because I think they would do well with that.
I do too.
I mean, because obviously, like what's in that Skydio 2. I mean, yeah, that's MIT guys and proprietary and all that, but the amount of money that these other companies have, they could definitely put some R&D into something and come up with the same type of technology.
They were definitely trying. At one point, they had a drone up in the air for 45 days.
Oh yeah, that was sick, man. That was absolutely sick. They did a
The only reason they brought it down was because they wanted to take it to a show that was coming up. So,
did you see that video?
Oh man, I think
Brian?
he showed it. Didn't he?
No,
They did a camera, a live stream camera, and they ran it for 45 days straight with the drone hooked up to a tether system, and it flew for 45 days, just sitting there, hovering at 200 feet high, 45 days straight. They brought it down.
When Hurricane Michael came through, I had, my person that I work for, my broker, called me and wanted to know if I wanted to set in a Connex for 12 hours. They have like a Connex that's it belongs to the phone company, the service provider Verizon, but they have a tethered drone with a cellular antenna on it to provide cellular service in the event of a natural disaster. And they called me and wanted to know if I wanted to set in a Connex with a VO and fly a tethered drone for 12-hour shifts. And they got like bunk beds in the back of this Connex, and you go back there and camp out, and then you get up and you work or whatever. And it's like separated by a door, and the pay was like, I don't know, $50 an hour or something. And I turned it down. I was like, no, I really don't want to go live in a Connex for a week in Florida, in Mexico Beach. But I think I should have took it because it would have been cool to fly a tethered drone. But for 12 hours sitting in a chair, it gets kind of monotonous when you're fooling with that kind of stuff. But that is neat.
I don't know, man. That's just one application. Like I said, they designed the Solo to be an all-around platform, man. That's why it can fly acro and it can fly at crazy high speeds.
So like 45 or 50 or what?
Like try more like 90.
The 3DR can fly 90 miles an hour.
We've clocked it at 93, I think was our best in sport mode. Grex Whirlybird holds the second record for 78 miles an hour, I think, at Drone Worship Fest in 2018.
Well, you got like what, 3 of them on your shelf back there? What's up, bro? What's
what do you
good?
mean, what's up? That one's parts. That's my girlfriend's. That's my crashed one, and this is the new one.
You can't make a good one out of all them?
Oh man, I don't know if you want one of those, bro. She may part with her soon, though. If she does, I can tell you right now that one functions really well. That one doesn't have any issues. It's only been flown once since she got it.
She hooked up on that thing, man. She only paid like $80 for it.
Yeah, but she got a brand spanking new, dude. And then I put a brand new gimbal, one that Steve Dawson sent me on it.
You need to go in there and wake her up and tell her Papa needs some lunch money because you're off work and you're getting your nuts cut.
I can't convince her to sell it, man. I've tried numerous times. Like, you bought it and you don't even fly it. That's because I like FPV. I said, well, then sell it and buy some decent FPV drones with the money. If you're not going to use it, I don't like to let it just sit on a shelf and collect dust.
Yeah, that's hurting my feelings, man. You need
mine too.
You need to come up off of that.
Dude, she's already gone the whole 10 yards. It's got the Revision B board in it, and then it's got the damn master air screw props and leg
So
extender.
it's basically ready to go. It just needs to be put in a UPS box with a bunch of little styrofoam balls and put my address on it.
Pretty much, man. Yeah. Convince it. Now I'm gonna put you on the phone with her and let you try to convince her, okay?
Listen, man. I'll sell her the idea that she needs to let me get that.
I'll let you try. I don't know what it is, man. She has some kind of weird attachment to it. She tells me how she doesn't want to fly it, but then she won't let it go either. So I don't know.
I think you got a little something to do with that too. You're probably
I-
like, yeah, we don't need to get rid of that, baby. That's a good drone. That's backup.
I promise you I don't, man. I've been trying to tell her to get rid of it for a while. She's not going to fly it. I can make room. I like having solos, but I don't need that many. I got one parts bird, one crashed one, and one that works. I'm good. That's all I need. She doesn't. For some reason, man, I think her dad flies drones, and she would like to have one when her dad comes down here in case he wants to fly, which she forgets that I would be more than happy to let him fly my stuff. I don't have an issue with that, but I think she just holds it in case he wants to fly. So, whatevs. Can't twist her arm, man.
Do a little searching around, man. You'll find one.
Oh, I
You're
found
in
one down the road here for $299. A guy, well, it was $300. A guy was asking.
Just
Says
remember,
it's been flown just a couple times since it was new, and lost interest and blah blah blah. And it probably has battery problems. Who knows? But
now,
Yeah, point that out about them.
That battery problem for you.
how's that?
Point that out to him that the batteries aren't available and stuff, and talk him down, man.
That's what I do whenever I want to get a solo. I just go, hey, man, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. They haven't manufactured batteries since this drone is basically on its way out. Like, I'm offering you what it's worth at this point. You may want $800, $600, $700 for this drone, but you're not going to get it. Not when I can buy a Mavic 2 for that. You're talking 2015 tech at this point, sir. I'd be happy to give you maybe 200, 250. I'm not going any higher. I can't get batteries for it anymore. I can't get, it's not, the company's not even around hosting the drone. Like, just tell them all that bullshit and they'll go, oh, I didn't know that. All right. A lot of them think they're still sitting on a gold mine because they own a solo.
Yeah.
well, I don't think very many people around here know what drones are, because when I put mine up, the old lady across the road, she comes outside with her 12 gauge, and then the guy that lives down the street down here, he come down here and pulled up in my driveway the other day and wanted to know if the government was putting an underground bunker up here somewhere, because he saw some black drone flying around. And I told him it was mine, and he was like, well, what in the world are you doing with it? And I had to explain to him. So I mean, like I said, my nearest neighbor is up there on that hill, and he's probably 2 miles from here. I probably couldn't even get a 308 to reach his house. So, they're not really open to drones in this area. And when you find one for sale, it's usually somebody that went to Best Buy and bought one 2 or 3 years ago, and they've never flown it.
Right.
It's not like in Florida where, you can go to Facebook Marketplace and there's like 75 DJI Inspire 2s for $3,000. It just don't happen up here.
That's because everybody thinks you're spying on them, looking for all the stills out there.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, I've seen some stuff. I really have. This one old hillbilly that lives down the road here. Whew, it's tough, man. It really is to see some of the stuff you can from the air in these areas.
Yeah, I bet.
But I'll tell you what, though, my brother come up here the other day. He was wanting to do some deer hunting, and he said, "How many deer you got out there in that field?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. Well, we put the M210 with the thermal up and check it out, and there was like 14 of them laying up there in the field on the other side of the hill."
Do you see what I'm talking about here, though, man? 275 gimbal, 3 battery, 4 batteries, controller case, extra props, both chargers. I mean, we're talking 275. You could probably talk this guy down to like 220. You know what I'm saying?
At? Where's that? Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, this is why when you came down here, I was like, bro, you should look at solos. They're so cheap down here. 300, 270. Like, all these have gimbals with batteries, and like they're not selling for much down there. Here, 3DR drone, $105. They're all over the place, bro, in Tampa and the Florida
Look,
area.
there's yours right there.
What's that?
Scroll down. I've seen yours on there. Oh, there's Dan's.
No, heck no. He's got tri props. This is funny. I think I know whose this is, though. I just watched a video with this guy's drone. But he's selling it for $100. Look, man, $100.
What is
Yeah,
it?
people
Doja?
asking for 500 or more out of their goddamn mind. $200 with gimbal. There you go.
But that's not the gimbal I need. I need the gimbal that'll fly 7.
Well, and that's only a $37 gimbal.
There's nothing wrong with getting the original gimbal with it. I mean, you can always pull that off.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't have a GoPro anything below 7. So I mean, if I bought one with a gimbal, I would never be able to use it.
Dakota. Yeah, but that gimbal, look, that gimbal that I put on my drone, man, that I hooked the third party setup for, that was only $37, and it took about, I don't know, 20 minutes to install it and make it work.
If you get the original gimbal and you don't want it, you can sell it to me. I wouldn't mind having one. So
Okay.
there'd be part of your money back right there.
So
Yeah,
essentially,
I mean,
I would just
you got to have a 3 or a 4 GoPro for the original gimbal.
Yeah, well, you definitely want a Hero 4. A Hero 3 is very limited to its abilities. A Hero, black is obviously the one you want. If you can't get it, then the silver, which is what I have, is definitely pretty good. But if you get the Hero 4 black, you automatically have 4K at 30 frames per second right out the hole.
Yeah. Well, gang, I'm going to bid you all adieu.
Yeah.
Wish you all a good morning, a good evening, and thanks for letting me hop in.
Mm-hmm.
Bye,
Thanks.
Steve.
Thanks for stopping by, Steve.
Take care, guys.
Later, man.
So the-
Everybody.
Good night, Steve.
I'll be following suit with that pretty soon, guys. It's already 3:03 a.m. I can't believe I'm still awake.
I got to
But,
change out this ceiling fan. Check out this
That's what we just did.
multicolor. Well, you can't see all the colors on it because of the light killing it out, but it's got
A kids
blue
fan?
and it's crazy. Yeah, this was a kid's room, but this is the room I'm working on right here. I'll show you real quick. It's a pain in the ass, but how do you flip your camera? So this is the room I'm working on right here for the YouTube studio.
Oh, nice.
It's already got all the recessed lighting. You can change the colors on all them and everything. All those get changed, but the desk and the TV's going on the wall over there in the corner and all that. But yeah, so this is an extra bedroom, and then this is an extra bedroom, and then that's an office right there, which it's kind of small. I was going to use this, but it's not. It's just too skinny and long,
Yeah.
So I'm just going to rock with that. And then this will be my camera angle. Like, this is what you'll see. Basically, I'll put my camera right here.
Hmm.
You ain't going to see the window because I got to black it out. But I got to change that out in the morning. And then the paint and the floor and everything's pretty well done.
Every time I shut my computer down, man, it always tells me that it needs to do some stupid update. I can't ready to turn that off. Ugh.
Man, I'm going to jump off here too. I'm going to go climb in that warm bed beside that good woman. It's what keeps me going every day. You know what I mean? She stands behind me, so I got to go lay beside of her, make it work.
You got it, bro. I'm like I said, I'm probably gonna start shutting it down too now that it's 3.
But thanks for having me on, and hopefully we can just get back to having fun and being positive. And
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, I'm disappearing until I start feeling better from my surgery. There's no way I'm gonna be walking around with a cut open nutsack trying to, enjoy my time on YouTube. That's just not gonna happen. So
yeah, well, if you need, I'll text you my address, man. If you want to throw that in a box, and then just put like a $17 3 or 4 day, mail postage on it or something. That'd be badass, dude.
I'll
give you some goggles down here.
Do my best, try to get that in the mail. It might be even on the way to the hospital, depending on what time they ask me to come in. I'll just do it the day of.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever, man. Don't put yourself out though. You know what I mean? Like whatever you can do. Because I can go to Hobbytown, USA. It's about an hour from here and grab some fat sharks. They keep them in stock.
Gotcha.
I left my new email in the private chat on StreamYard for you, Brian, if you want it.
Okay, yeah, I'll jump in there and grab that, and then I'll copy it and put it in. That way I can hit you up too.
Joseph,
Yeah,
I'm good,
it's just-
man. How you doing?
There's a chat. Look at that.
Oh my God, these
All right,
updates
fellas.
are crazy.
Good night, Brian.
See ya.
Catch you on the
Catch you,
flip, brother.
All right.
Yeah,
fellas.
catch you, bro.
Later, man.
Later.
All right, Mike. I think that's it,
Yep.
man. I'm just exhausted.
All right, man.
Mentally, at this point.
Oh,
Yep.
you going to make
If you got
anything right now?
anything, if you got anything, I just said. Yeah, I came on here earlier to give my quick little YouTube rant. Get everybody to see the Beatles. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
There we go.
Yep.
We can only do our best.
I think I jumped in here about 10 or 15 minutes after you started the stream.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna send you a picture to your Facebook, Mike. I'm gonna let you have a look at that, and I'm calling it a night, gentlemen.
All right, man. Not a
No
problem.
worries, Dan.
Joseph, another night, buddy. Sorry, we've been on here a while. We're shutting things down. Everybody in chat, thanks for popping in, man. Thanks for being a part of this. Remember, fuck the numbers. It's not about the numbers. Have fun. Get back to what this drone community is really about. Screw the sourpusses. Screw the douchebags. Screw the... I could go on, but fuck it. We're done. Just have fun. Enjoy yourself. It's not about making YouTube content. Go out and just fly. Leave your cameras at home, except for the one on your drone. Go out and fly and enjoy yourself. Make the flight for you, not for them. Trust me. You'll have more fun that way. And if you grow, you grow. If you don't, fuck it, man. It's like hitting the lotto. Not everybody's going to be a superstar on YouTube. The sooner you accept that, the happier you'll be. All righty, man. To the room.
There you go. Toodaloo.
See you, Kevin.